vape fans, and welcome to a Mount Baker Vapor product spotlight. My name is Michael Sullivan, and today we're going to be going over the Russian 91%. The Russian 91% is a rebuildable tanked atomizer. It comes in this satin silver, a polished silver, and black. When you first get the product, it's going to come in a box like this. When you open the box, the first thing you're going to see is the unit itself and then a blunt needle tip filling bottle. This is going to make it a lot easier to fill your tank without removing the top piece. When you take out this foam piece, you're going to have a booklet that'll show you all the pieces that are going to come with the unit. This is so you can double check to make sure everything is in the box. Below that, you can pull up this piece of cardboard, and you're going to have a few baggies. The first one is going to have a miniature screwdriver, as well as replacement O-rings. You'll also have a baggie with silica. This is for rebuilding the unit, as well as a baggie of Kanthal. In the box, you'll also get this piece. This piece is to replace the clear window that's usually on the unit in case you're using any tank cracking liquids. So let's go ahead and take apart this unit and show you what pieces it breaks into. So first I'm going to remove the drip tip. This is just a standard 510 drip tip, and the Russian will accept any other 510 drip tip you have. So now I'm going to unscrew this top cap, and then the body itself will also come unscrewed. You then have your base unit, which has the chimney, which also comes into two different pieces. You have your upper chimney and then your lower chimney, which is just this hollow cylinder. And then this bottom piece is actually your building deck. On the opposite side of the building deck is your 510 connection, and also your filling hole. So the 510 connection can be raised and lowered to sit flush with your device, just using a standard flathead screwdriver that comes in the box. Right next to it is the filling hole. So you can unscrew this piece with the same screwdriver, and using your blunt needle tip, insert it into the bottle and fill. So your main tank component will also come apart into three different pieces. Two of these black metal pieces on either side, and then the clear piece will be standard. But as I said before, the unit also comes with this full black metal centerpiece. And this is so you can vape tank cracking juices and not have to worry about that plastic being shattered. So to reassemble the unit, first we're going to take the base and put on the lower chimney, the cylinder. You'll then connect your upper chimney to the cylinder. The next piece that'll go on is the tank sleeve. This is a 4.5 milliliter capacity. And then you'll put on your top cap. When you put on your top cap, you want to make sure that the center O-ring is in there firmly, because that's what's going to keep it sealed and to keep the unit from leaking. And then you can finish assembling by putting on your choice of 510 drip tip. Another piece I'd like to highlight is the airflow control. As you can see on the side of the base, there's a flathead screw. That is your airflow control. So you can adjust that for a tighter or looser draw depending on what your preference is. Using the same screwdriver that comes with the unit, you can put this in and turn left to loosen the draw and right to tighten it. So before we finish up, I wanted to go over one of the most common questions about the Russian, and that's the adjustable 510. I highly recommend when you first get your unit that you remove the adjustable 510. That's going to be just this little screw here. It should be a single screw with an O-ring on it. When you look into the unit, you should see that hole with a little place for a flathead screwdriver. This is what's holding your deck in place. I highly recommend tightening this before using the unit. You want to get it tight, but not too tight as to stress the screw. This is going to keep your building deck straight. Once you've done that, you're just going to put your 510 adjustable pin back in the unit. So overall, I think the Russian 91% is a good rebuildable atomizer, not only for the advanced user, but also for someone trying to get into rebuildables, because that is a fairly simple build that's easy to master. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.